Christine Chan with the Journal of Environmental Investing. We're here at the UN Environment Program Finance Initiative Global Roundtable for Sustainability here in Washington, D.C. And I have the pleasure of speaking with Ross Collins, founder of CALA Social Capital, and his partner Mike Sherry, who's Finance Director for Grassroots Group UK. I'd like to ask you, Ross, a little bit about how you founded CALA Social Capital, what kind of group is it, and what your aims are.
Thank you, Christine. CALA Social Capital came from my actually quite extensive experience in sub-Saharan Africa and becoming aware of the potential of using an incredibly strong organisation in the Anglican Church across sub-Saharan Africa called the Mothers' Union, which is present in virtually every community across the continent. And using that potential as a way of channeling microfinance and a range of broader services to communities, particularly to the poorest and most rural communities that there are.
Could you give us an idea of the number of constituents, perhaps, that you might have influence over through this network?
We're looking to start off in Tanzania. Now, the Anglican Church there has about 5 million active members. The Mothers' Union is about 750,000 itself alone. That having been said, there are twice that number who would go to regular meetings, and each group would also have the contacts within the broader community that would take the message of our services to virtually the entire community. So there is very genuinely the possibility of a project having something like 1,500 bases through Mothers' Unions, but actually being able to reach the vast majority of the population of Tanzania.
Tell us what the mission is of CALA Social Capital.
Our mission is, we are a UK-based company, and we look to partner with Anglican churches to create with them autonomous financial independent organisations on the ground which deliver microfinance services to those at the bottom of the pyramid.
Great. Mike Sherry, tell us a little bit about Grassroots Group UK, what you do, and the nature of your affiliation with CALA Social Capital.
Okay, so Grassroots UK is a company that was founded 30 years ago. We turn over about $500 million, and we provide incentives and promotion schemes for about half the Fortune 500 companies. And we do that in three different places. We do that for their employees, we do that for their customers and their channel partners. And we started to get involved in the green space, if we can call it that, a number of years ago. And that has developed to our ultimate investment in a programmatic CDM project in East Africa, and hence our overlap with what Ross is doing in Tanzania and the interest of using that as a channel to continue to deliver these green propositions to communities in East Africa.
Ross, tell us about this flagship project, this microfinance in Tanzania. It sounds pretty broad-based.
It is very broad-based. I mean, traditional microfinance will cover loans, savings schemes, and some microinsurance. But our scheme will also be looking to extend the microinsurance to areas such as crop failure insurance, health insurance that are not normally covered by many of these schemes. In addition, with teaming up with Mike, trying to use the channel to distribute environmentally friendly products such as the stoves or solar-powered lights as well. And the other innovative thing about the project, of course, is that we are using M-Pesa, a money mobile transfer system, as the sole basis for all of our financial transactions, which in a country like Tanzania, where there is virtual saturation of mobile phone usage, will enable us to reach people in more remote and poor areas that other microfinance organizations just are not able to reach.
Now, there's a strong component of women's empowerment in this project. Tell us more about that.
Well, we are using the Mothers' Union, which, while there are some men within that, the leading people in that, of course, are women. And we will appoint, alongside each Mothers' Union group, an agent from them. So our agents will be entirely female, and they will receive training and education and become actual more than just agents. They will become leaders within their community in driving forward not just the provision of services, but in providing education, basic financial literacy, and other things like that. And we also reckon that something like 90% of our clients will be women as well, and that will enable a new generation of entrepreneurial skills to develop primarily from a female source, rather than a lot which is now male-based.
So microfinance that reaches out to marginalized groups in developing countries. Excellent. Mike Sherry, could you tell us something about the barriers to entry for microfinance projects in Africa?
I think the engagement with communities is one of the big barriers. Educating people about the products that are available to them, which they won't be familiar with because they've never been exposed to them, especially in rural areas. And we've found that with the Stove Project as well in East Africa, where you're offering people a number of benefits from the stove, but you really need to get them to adopt the Stove Project to actually get those, to accrue those benefits. And it takes time. And so to me, it's about engagement with the local communities. And something like the network that Ross has just been talking about is key to that success. I think many big projects have failed in Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, because of that lack of community engagement. Kind of, I'm going to use the phrase, the grassroots level. And that's really important, fundamental to the success of even a project that has scale. So.
And Ross Collins, you mentioned M-Pesa as a partner. Tell us about your other partners and what they bring to the table.
We're very fortunate in having a broad range of partnerships now. UNEP FI itself has been an incredible help in opening doors to international financial institutions, and they will continue to be a supporting partner of ours. We also have a formal partnership with Munich Re in their from their Johannesburg office, and they will bring expertise and underwriting when it comes to the microinsurance side of things, and they're very excited because for them this gives them the opportunity, which they've been looking for, to develop a range of socially responsible and innovative new products which they haven't been able to do so far. And of course we have the partnership with the Anglican Church of Tanzania, which is a remarkably successful and forward-thinking institution, which has, for example, in the last 5 years set up one of the most successful universities in the country from scratch, and with virtually no funding from external sources at all. So we're very pleased that we have such a capable partner on the ground as well.
Tell us the status of raising capital for this project and your hopes for further partnerships.
Yes, we're very fortunate to have raised the funding to undertake our extensive market research and drawing up the business plan, which we expect to have completed early next year. After that, we will be looking for 2 tranches of money. One is equity for the company for the setup costs, and then loan capital for the company to use. The aim is that we would be self-financing and profitable within 3 years if everything goes to plan. And we're very keen to look for new partners who are willing to work with us, either in terms of financially in either of these ways, or indeed in bringing a degree of expertise, or actually in bringing new ideas to how the channels that we are opening up can be used.
Great. This sounds like a real example of transformative finance of the type that we've been discussing here at the Global Roundtable. Ross Collins, founder of CALA Social Capital, and Mike Sherry, Finance Director for Grassroots Group UK, thank you very much for your time and best of luck.
Christine, thank you very much.
Thank you.